E4 Equations of lines. Now on this one, we've been working with y equals mx plus b, but in a little bit, we are going to be introduced to this form of an equation of a line. I'll go over it better in just a little bit, but notice that the m's are the same colors. B is blue and x1 is red and y1's green, and then my plain y's and my plain x's are just black. The plain y and plain x's are never going to change, but let's see what we have going on here. Okay, to write an equation of a line, and this wants slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. If they want slope-intercept form, we must have two things. What must we have? We must have a, I don't want to do that. We must have an m, which is the slope, and we must have the b, which is the y-intercept. If you're looking at a graph and you're looking for a b, that's the easy one, okay? That's right there. That's at negative 300. Okay, now the slope, remember you're finding 2 points that it goes through and then rise over run. So rise 1 and run 1, which is 1. So our m is 1 and our b is negative 300. So y equals, you can put a 1x minus 300, which would be perfectly okay. But since the slope is 1, you don't have to put the 1 if that's what the slope is. Both of those are the exact same equation. A line that includes the point 7, 6 has a slope of 1. What is the equation in slope-intercept form? Okay. I'm going to do this problem 2 different ways and get the same answer. The reason that I'm going to do this problem twice is I'm going to use that second equation up there that I really didn't go over really well. But this right here is a point. It actually says point right there, and it gives you slope. If your information gives you a point and a slope, you might want to use the point slope formula. Point slope formula, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The y1 and the x1 come from your point. The m comes from your slope. The plane y and the plane x will stay y and x. So it's y, it's always minus, and what's y1? 6 equals m. What's m? 1, parentheses, plane x, always minus, and what's x1? 7. But we want it in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, right? This is not y equals mx plus b yet. So we have to get y by itself. So the first thing you would do, you distribute that 1. 1 times x is 1x. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. Then we add 6, and we add 6. So y equals 1x minus 1. That would be your answer, and you'd be done. Or you can go the old-fashioned way, y equals mx plus b, okay, slope-intercept form. So on this, your y and your x are still going to come from your point that they give you, and your m is going to be your slope. So you have a y, you have an m, you have an x. So everything else that you need would be the b. So what's y? 6. What's m? 1. What's x? 7. And then plus b, because we don't know b. So we do 1 times 7, which is 7. And then we need to get b by itself. So we subtract 7. 6 minus 7 is negative 1, which is b. That's fine. Now we have a b and we have an m. So y equals 1x minus 1. I got the same answer both ways. Sometimes it's just more convenient to do the point-slope form if you do it enough to be familiar with it enough. Okay, so on this one, a line includes the points 4, 10, and 2, 9. What is this equation in point-slope form? I appreciate that they gave us this. There's not going to be as much work to do as there would be the other way. If they ask you for an equation of a line, whether it be in slope-intercept or point-slope form, slope has to be part of the information no matter what. Okay? But if they just give us 2 points, 4, 10, and 2, 9, they didn't give us the slope. You got to find it. So we go back and we tell ourselves that we're finding the slope. So we tell ourselves we're doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 9 minus 10 over 2 minus 4. 9 minus 10 is negative 1. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Our slope is positive 1 over 2 because 2 negatives make a positive. Now if we want point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is great. Okay? All you have to do is either choose this point or this point. You cannot use the 4 from the green 4 and the yellow 9, okay? You either have to use the green 4 and the green 10 or the yellow 2 and the yellow 9. Okay. And this, and remember, that's your slope no matter what. There are 2 correct answers on this. Okay? I'm going to use the green first. So y minus, what's our green y? 10 equals, what's our slope? 1 over 2, parentheses, x minus, what is our green x? 4. That is what they're wanting. There is nothing else to do. Don't distribute. Don't move the 10 over. You are finished. But you didn't have to use the green 4 and the green 10. You could have used the yellow 2 and the yellow 9. So y minus y1, which would be 9, equals your slope is still 1 over 2, parentheses, still plain x, always minus, and what is your yellow x? 2. Both of these answers are completely the correct answers, okay? You just have to put one of them. A line with a slope of 6, hey, looky there, slope of 6. I already know m. Passes through the point. Hey, I know an x and I know a y. I know a point. And it asked me, what's the equation in point slope form? Did they give me a point? Yes, they did. Did they give me the slope? Yes, they did. So all we have to do is put it in the correct situation. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Y, always minus. What's our y1? This 6 equals, what's our m? This 6. X minus, now watch this. It's always minus, but what is our x? Negative 2. We're not going to leave a negative and a negative right next to each other. So y minus 6 equals 6x. And what's a negative and a negative? A positive. There you go. That's it on that one. Okay. Slope-intercept. They didn't give me a slope. They didn't give me an intercept. We're going to have to find both. First things first, slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 5 minus 1, which would be those numbers. And 9 minus 5, which would be those numbers. 5 minus 1 is 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 4 over 4 is 1. So our m is 1. Now, slope-intercept, you can either do it one of the two ways. I'm going to stick with point-slope form because they give me a point. I'm going to use this point right here and this slope. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Y minus our y1, which is 1, equals our slope, which is 1, times x minus our x, which is 5. It has to be in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, okay? And it's not right now. So we have to distribute the 1. 1 times x is 1x. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Add the 1. Y equals 1x minus 4. The line's y-intercept is negative 5. Hey, they gave us the b. The slope is negative 1 over 5. Hey, they gave us the m. And it wants an equation in slope-intercept form. Did they give us a slope? Yes, they did. Did they give us the y-intercept? Yes, they did. So if y equals mx plus b, what does y equal? Negative 1 over 5x minus 5, because our b is negative. Same thing on this one. I don't really know why I doubled up the slope, which is m, the y-intercept, slope-intercept. They gave us both. So y equals mx plus b. Y equals negative 4x plus 9. What's the equation of this line in slope-intercept form? Okay. Y equals mx plus b. We need an m and we need a b. The b is where it crosses the y-axis, so that's negative 70. The m is rise over run, so I'm going to start at this point. I'm going to go down 1 and over 2. So if I go down 1, it'd be negative 1, and I ran 2. So it'd be y equals negative 1 over 2 x minus 70. Okay, 2 more. There is a line that includes the points negative 8 and negative 3 and has a slope of 0. What's the equation in slope-intercept form? Okay, I'll do this one the other way. I know they gave us a point and a slope, but, just to be sure that you understand how you can do it this way too, because that's really what we were wanting into there. So what's our y? Negative 3. What's our m? 0. What's our x? Negative 8. And we don't know b. We're going to multiply the 0 and the negative 8, which basically makes it 0, so it cancels out. So we're left with b. So now we have b, and we have our slope of 0. Now watch. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals, our slope is 0. Our b is negative 3. But if you have 0 times anything, though it basically isn't there because you have 0 x's. So our equation of a line is y equals -3. Last one. Points are 1, 2, 3, 6. We want slope-intercept form. So I need a slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 6 minus 2 over 3 minus 1, which would be 4 over 2, which is 2. Let's just do point slope again, just to see it a little bit more because you haven't seen it a lot. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus 2, which is this 2, okay, equals m, which is 2, which is this 2, okay, x minus x1, which is 1, which is this one, okay. It is not in slope-intercept form right now. It's in point slope form. So we're going to distribute the 2. We're going to leave that one there for just a second. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times -1 is -2. We're going to add the 2. And what's -2 plus 2 over here? 0. Those basically cancel out. So y equals 2x. A little bit of closure because there's a lot of information there. What is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. That's right. And in point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. You are so smart for knowing that. What does m stand for? Slope. What does b stand for? Y-intercept. You're going to do great on this lesson.